Okay. Good morning, everyone. So we'll continue with chapter 7, civics, social aspects of gender role. Okay. Social aspects of gender role. So, what we discussed in our previous video, we discussed that the life of domestic workers. How is the life of domestic workers? So, what happens with them? They have to do the housework plus outside work, and like this, they have to work for a very long hour, right? So this happens with the domestic workers. Now we will go through a data to understand this. Okay, so we will take two states. Okay, then women paid work per week, then women unpaid housework hours per week. This will be also women paid work hour per week. This will be hours per week. Hours per week. Then you have women total. Okay. The same way, the same thing you have for men. Okay. This is men paid hour per week and men unpaid hour per week and total. Now what is here? We are going to take two states. So we are taking Haryana and Tamil Nadu. Okay, Haryana and Tamil Nadu. So here what we see, women paid work hour per week. That means in a week, how many hours women are doing paid work. That means outside work, working in any organization, right? In any company, in any school. So outside work like job, that is paid work, right? So how much hours they are doing in paid work. Okay, so in Haryana 23 hours and in Tamil Nadu 19 hours. This is per week, in 1 week. For 23 hours in Haryana, women are doing paid work. That means a job, official work. And then you have in Tamil Nadu 19 hours women are doing paid work. Then we go to unpaid work. So unpaid work in Haryana, it is 30 hours per week and it is 35 hours per week in Tamil Nadu. Understood? So like this, if you see, it will be 53 hours per week. 53 hours per week women are working. Now in Tamil Nadu, if you see, 55 hours. So in Tamil Nadu, 55 hours per week women are working. Okay. Now same thing will do for men and same states, Haryana and Tamil Nadu. So in Haryana, if you see, paid work is 38 hours for men and in Tamil Nadu it is 40 hours. per week. So in a week, 38 hours men are working, that means doing official work, outside work, and for 40 hours in Tamil Nadu, men are doing official outside work. Okay, so if we take unpaid work, that means housework which people do at their home. So that work, how much men is doing? So in Haryana it is 2 hours, and in Tamil Nadu it is 4 hours. See, this data comes from some kind of survey. How it comes? It comes from some kind of survey. That means some number of people will be taken, and on their result, on whatever they are doing, on that basis this data is being collected on basis of survey. Understood? So here you see in Haryana 38 hours men are doing outside work, and 2 hours of work at home, okay, which is unpaid work. Now in Tamil Nadu 40 hours men are doing the outside work, and if you see at home they are working for 4 hours. Okay, in a week, in 1 week, you can understand in 1 week we have 7 days, right? Each 24 hours. So in that only 2 hours and only 4 hours. Okay, like this it is. So if we do the total, it is 40 hours and here 44 hours. So still if you see, there is huge difference in the working time of hours of men and women. Yes. So, and here if you see the housework per week, it is what, Ahana, what are you asking? I'm not getting your point. What are you asking? I'm not getting that. Okay. Okay. So, if you see here, unpaid work, if you compare the work of home, your housework, that work, if you compare, there is a huge difference. Women are working 30 hours and 35 hours per week. Paid work and unpaid work, I just told. Paid work for which you are getting paid. So that you are working in company, organization, school, right? So that is paid work. Unpaid work, that means the work you are doing at your home. You are not getting paid for that. If your mother is cooking food, is she getting paid for that? No. If your mother is taking care of you, that is not paid work. If she is washing your clothes, that is not paid work. If she is washing dishes, that is not paid work. That is very easy to understand. It is not a very difficult question, right? Paid work means for which the people are getting money. Like if I am working in school, I am a teacher. If I am working in school, I am getting paid for that. So that is paid work. But if I am washing clothes of my kid, that is not a paid work. No one is going to pay me for that. Understood? So your housework is basically the unpaid work. And if you are working in any organization, in any company, in any school, so obviously you will be paid for that. In fact, if domestic workers are working washing dishes at others home, they are also paid for that, right? Paid means for which you are getting money. That is paid work. Okay. So I hope this data helped you a lot in understanding the difference between the work of man and woman, right? So if you go to this work, this is the work which people do at their home. For that they are not paid. Understood? So this work is here 30 and 35 hours women are working, but here only 2 to 4 hours men are working at home, right? So basically what happens, this is because of the prejudice which is there in the society, that the housework is the sole responsibility of women. That is the prejudice behind this discrimination. Understood? So, by this chapter, what do you understand? You should understand that you should not do this, you should not follow this prejudice which is there in the society, right? That is why we are getting educated, no? So it is not only to learn in the book, it is to apply in your life, right? Then only you can remove the discrimination, differences, inequality which is there in the society. Understood? Okay. Now our next topic is women's work and equality. We understood the differences which is there in the society by that data, right? Now we will understand women's work and equality. Okay. Now what happens? There is a larger system of inequality between men and women. Understood? If it comes to work, there is larger system of inequality. Okay, between men and women. That is men versus women. Okay. So that we have already understood with the data, right? We saw that how much hours in a week women is working at home, and how much hours in a week a man is working at home, right? So by that we understood that yes, there is that is a huge difference in the working hours of men and women. Actually, women are working for a lot more hours from men. Okay. Now this is the problem. This is the problem. Now we'll talk about the solution. What is the solution for this problem? To establish equality, what can we do to establish equality? It has to be dealt with actions. Not just at the level of the individual or the family, but also by the so here we have a statement. It has to be dealt with through actions, not just at the level of individual or the family, but also by the government. Now, here one thing we need to understand what the statement is telling. We should take action to remove this inequality from the society which is there in between men and women, right? But who is going to do that? Not only a person, not only a family, but government also has to work for that, right? So if government is going to take initiative, government is going to take steps to remove this inequality, obviously the people will understand, right? So what happens if you see, in our constitution there is equality, right? There should be no gender discrimination. Men and women, everyone is equal in front of the constitution. But in reality, is it there? What is the ground reality? Ground reality is what we discussed till now in the chapter. Reality is still there is discrimination in men and women, right? Now what happened to remove this government also knows yes there is discrimination. Now what step government is going to take, or what step they have taken to remove this inequality? So they have taken some steps to remove the inequality. Now how they have done this? I hope you all are preparing your notes along with the class. Our government has set up arrangements Now what our government has done, our government has set up Anganwadis or child care centers. Now what happens, at least they understand that if woman is there and at home also they are working for a very long hour, and if they need to go outside and work, in that situation it is very hectic for them to work for so long hours continuously. And child care, if you see, is a very caregiving task, right? And very difficult task, right, to do all these things. So at least government has made a little bit effort to reduce the responsibility or work of the woman. So to reduce some work from the women, what they have done, they have set up Anganwadis, okay, and child care centers. So what people can do, they can at least, a woman can do, woman can at least send her child to that center, and there they will be taken care of. Some sort of basic knowledge, basic education is given to the child there. Basic education means from just the basic one, to recognize the numbers, alphabets, that kind of education is given here. Okay, not the school level education, but the basic one. Okay, so like this, they engage the child for some hours, and women can do their work at least for that hour. Okay, so that is how government has reduced some responsibility from the woman. Okay, also the government has passed laws that make it mandatory Now, if you see, the government has passed laws that make it mandatory for organizations that have more than 30 women employees to provide crèche facilities. Now, what is crèche facilities? Uh, crèche facility is just like kindergarten, where the child is being taken care of, right? They will be engaged in some sort of activity and they will be taken care of. So if an organization is having more than 30 women employee, they should have the crèche facility. Okay. In schools, if you see, suppose in school also, if a teacher is there and that teacher is having child of 2 years or 2.5 years, so obviously 2.5 years student, 2 years student is not going to school, right? The admission age is 3 years. So in that situation, they can bring the child to the school and there they will be taken care of. Kindergarten will be there and there they will be taken care of. The same way, you will tell that this is school, this is here all the children are taken care of. But in big organization, big companies, what happens? There they keep crèche facility. Okay. So if more than 30 employees are there, so crèche facility will be there, and they can bring the child with them, and they can keep the child in the crèche, and they can do their work. Okay, they will be taken care of. Okay, so like this, if you see, government has taken some steps so that women can, their responsibilities can be reduced and they can concentrate on their work. Understood? Also, the most important factor is most important factor is promotion of girls' education. So this is very very important factor, promotion of girls education. See, if girls will be educated, they will be independent and they can at least live a better life, right? What we saw in our previous topic, life of domestic worker, we discussed that they are not educated and that is why they have to work at others home, right? But if a person is educated, at least they can get the job according to their education, right? If you see, compare a job, suppose there is a manager in any organization. That manager has to, like, only they have to supervise, right? They have to supervise, they have to get the work done by other employees, right? That is the manager's job. But if you compare a job of domestic worker, they have to wash clothes, they have to wash dishes and all, and everything they have to do, lot of physical strength that is needed in that, right? But a manager's job is much more comfortable job than a domestic worker. Yes or no? If we compare it. So like this, if girls will be educated, they can at least get a comfortable job, in that they can manage their work, everything, right? Yes, Riya, is there any question? Who is this? Rajni? Is there any question, Rajni? Okay, so we have completed this chapter. If you see, we have almost completed this chapter. In this, one more very important thing I want to tell you, which I have not told yet, I have missed that one. What is the difference between gender and sex? This is one important question which you need to understand. Okay, if we talk about sex, if we take the word sex, this means the biological identification of a person. Okay, biological, sorry, biological identification of a person. In any of the form, when you fill up any form, there it is asked, right? If you fill any form, the sex is asked there, right? Whether it is girl, boy, right, female, male, that kind of sex is asked. So that is biologically uh, what is a person, what a person is, if it is boy, if it is girl. Okay, that is biological identification of a person is sex. But gender is somehow different. Gender is not related to biological identification. That means it is not related to your biological appearance. It is related to the how a society consider you. Okay, society consider you as male or female. Okay, that is gender. Understood? So sex is the biological identification of a person, which can be determined from the birth only. But gender is how society identify you as female or male. That is gender. Understood? That is the difference in both. Okay, so we have almost completed this chapter. Understood? So if you have any question, you may ask. You have 5 minutes, you may ask the question. If there is any question related to this chapter, please ask. Because tomorrow we'll start another chapter, new one. Is there any question, anyone? You may ask if you have questions. Okay. So tomorrow we have holiday. Tomorrow is 14th, right? And tomorrow we have holiday. And again your class will be there from 15th. Okay? So don't just celebrate Makar Sankranti on 15th also. Celebrate it tomorrow and be present on 15th. Okay? And soon you will have the test also, right? At the end of the month, you will have the test also. For that also, you need to prepare yourself. Okay? Thank you everyone for today.